What's up, people? Welcome to Relative Distance with Carla, aka CB, and Greg, aka G Dot, coming to you straight from the east and west coast of these United States of America. What is up, bruv?
Boop, 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 boop. What up, sis?
We here.
Lord have
We
mercy.
are here. You add something new to it I was going to say we're missing our sound effect. Our relative distance sound effect was severely lacking.
Do you know
But
what that's from? Do you know what that's from? Can you put this in a song?
what?
You're such a cutie pie.
Cutie
That's a
Pie
good,
by One
isn't it?
Way.
Yeah, they use that instrument in that song.
We were just rocking out to that a couple Saturdays ago when I was doing my Saturday morning. I felt like a real auntie or a real mama because I had the Saturday morning cleaning list going, playlist
Oh,
going.
cool. That's cool. That's how you got to do it, man.
You
That's how you
know,
got to do it.
we were rocking out. So yeah, we're back for another week. Again, want to give you
Right.
all a shout out, everybody that has been tuning in, who has subscribed, who has left a review, has send us a rating. Nobody's left a
Yep.
review yet, but you can. So thank you all for the support. It's always
Episode
appreciated.
7.
We're here.
Episode 7. Yeah.
7.
In your face. In your face. Those people who said we wouldn't make it past 6.
I know. We proved y'all to be liars.
Yep. Wish you wasn't a lie.
Look.
He wasn't a lie.
So before we jump into our episode this week, I'm a bit of a perfectionist. I can't lie, and I hate being wrong about stuff.
I love it.
It's a thing about me, and my husband will attest that I don't like to be wrong about anything. So
I know.
I reviewed last week's episode. We were wrong about a lot of stuff.
We were? Oh no, really?
It was more so like the Grammy conversation. So I just want to come back with a couple of corrections.
Okay.
It was mostly
Okay.
me being
All right.
wrong.
Good.
So shut up. So Bobby Brown's "Don't Be Cruel" came out in 1988. It was not 1990.
All right. Okay.
So it still wasn't the upswing or the down tick, or whatever you called it, swing.
Yeah. It was.
We're tabling that.
Yeah.
Also, Tiana Taylor is still on Good Music. I had said that she's
Ah.
independent, but no. So Kanye may have been in her ear about not getting a Grammy nomination. I don't know.
Yeah.
I was wrong. And then,
Well, I was wrong about something.
what?
It was not the warmest color is blue. It's blue is the warmest color. I was wrong about that.
And it's not on Netflix anymore.
No,
If
it's
y'all
not.
follow us on IG, I posted some comparable films that you can try to look up in your free time because
you missed one. You missed one. It's called Love. It stars Zoe Kravitz's husband. I can't remember his name.
Who? She's married?
Yeah, she's married about a year, and the guy has well, they call it unsimulated sex, which is essentially just sex.
I was like, that's
real sex throughout the movie. With the movie opens, you know what you're in for.
So it's porn.
Yeah, I mean,
is it
it's
porn?
It's an art film. It's an art film. There's another movie called Diary of a Nymphomaniac that also it's a Lars von Trier movie. He's like
he's controversial director.
Yeah, and there's unsimulated sex in that as well.
So it's just sex. It's not.
Yeah,
do you have to say unsimulated?
Well, that's just how they described it. But like they also there's a rumor that Billy Bob Thornton and Halle Berry actually had sex on Monsters.
On Monsters Ball. Yeah, I've heard that one because it looks so realistic.
Yeah, so there might be, some people are willing to do that.
So it's not porn if you can't see the actual genitalia. Like if you can't see, you know what I'm saying? Like the actual cream pie is not porn.
I mean, listen.
I was trying to find words. They weren't coming to me.
Yeah, no, you're not. You don't get a close up of a cream pie. But I don't know. Like Chloe Sevigny actually gives Vincent Gallo head in Brown Bunny.
Mm-hmm.
And that lasts for about 4 minutes, and he finishes.
4 minutes.
That's 4 minutes. 3 minutes. 4 minutes. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So you're just sitting there watching like a super awkward like moviegoer.
Well, it depends on who you're with.
Well, valid. You can
Yeah,
use
I've
it
had
as
some awkward.
inspiration. You watch a movie while you're sitting on the couch and, lead to some action.
Well, I've watched some awkward scenes in mixed company that I probably would have liked to have not have done, but I don't consider that one that uncomfortable if you're with the right person.
I saw Monsters Ball. It wasn't a date. It was a male friend of mine, and we went to the movies like, oh, Halle Berry, let's go see this movie together, friend.
I love Boomerang. Let's go see Halle Berry.
Strictly Business was my movie. Let's go.
Yeah. She was in Mo Money too, right? Or was Janet Jackson in Mo Money?
No, it wasn't Janet Jackson.
Well, she had a song on the Mo Money soundtrack.
Yeah, Best Things in Life Are Free. But yeah, it was super awkward because like he and I weren't romantically involved. It was awkward. But anyway, boy, we started out with a bang.
Yeah,
literally. Right, literally. Ooh, look what I did. See what I did.
So what else? Is that all we were wrong about?
Those are the three things. I'm sure there was more. I think I mentioned that D-Smoke was nominated for Black Habits. It's not true. He was nominated for Best New Artist. And I said that Beyonce's Black is King was on Netflix, which I on Disney Plus.
Disney Plus.
It's the little things, but this is the thing that drives me crazy. You have to be right.
I caught that too.
Yeah. So now everybody listening has been fully set straight. If you caught it last week, whatever. But we're here. So one day I'll do research before we do these episodes. But moving on to what in the world. Most recently, the thing about this year is that the news cycle moves so fast.
Yes.
And what I wanted to discuss doesn't even feel like a conversation that's happening anymore, but it's still funny to me. So Saturday night, there was a major boxing event. Did you happen to see it?
No. Here I knew it was going on, and I think I conscientiously objected because I was like, I pay for Disney Plus, I've got Hulu, I've got Netflix, I still pay for cable.
Okay.
I was like, man, well, I don't want to spend $50 or $60 on pay-per-view, and so I tried to see if I could find a hack, and I couldn't find it.
Right.
And so I was like, it's fine. I'll catch it
5 minutes later.
Yeah, exactly. But it was actually our Instagram feed that showed me what you're about to bring up.
See?
Yeah,
look, distance, man. We are on it. We are with the times.
Man.
So if you don't know what happened, there was a major boxing event Saturday night. The big ticket event, that's not what you call it, but whatever. The main fight was between Mike Tyson and Roy Jones Jr., but the opening card was between one Nate Robinson of NBA fame and Jake Paul of YouTube fame.
Who is he?
I don't know. His YouTube fame is not relevant to me.
Right. He's not on my algorithm.
No, he don't show up on anything I'm scrolling through. The only time I've seen this child's name is when he was getting in trouble somewhere on Twitter. Like, he would show up in the Twitter trending topics. That's about it.
Was his brother, I think his brother found like
Logan.
Found somebody dead in the woods or something?
Yes, they went to Japan and he made some video, trying to be an influencer in some forest in Japan that was
the suicide
forest. Yeah.
Yeah, okay, right. That's what it was.
So I think he got canceled off of it. I think he's still around. Again, this is not my demographic. I'm over 40.
Right.
So at any rate, Jake Paul has ventured into boxing. He's had 1 or 2 fights as a professional. And I guess upon seeing this, Nate Robinson felt that it was his duty, his mission to fight this child. Said, I'm a top tier athlete. I played college football. I've been in the NBA for 11 years, or was in the NBA for 11 years, and I can fight him. And if he knocks me out, then that's his claim to fame, that he knocked out Nate Robinson. Act like, you ain't Michael Jordan, child, but whatever. Like,
right.
Do what you do. So they got up there on Saturday, and I didn't buy the fight either because it's cheap, but I knew that I could just follow along on Twitter, on social media, and it would be live commentary just as good. People posting clips and whatnot. Right. My favorite thing about this fight is the fact that Snoop Dogg was hired as a color commentator. And
Genius.
God, so the first round, I guess, went on kind of without a hitch. I think that it seemed pretty obvious early that Nate might be in trouble.
Right.
Because I think it was the first. No, it was the second round.
He got
Beginning of
knocked
the
down.
second round.
He got knocked down in the first round. One knockdown.
Okay, he got knocked down, but the clip that we posted was the beginning of the second round, if I believe. He got knocked down. He at that point, Snoop Dogg started singing "Precious Lord, Take My Hand," like an old grandmother, like an old travailing grandmother at the altar on Sunday morning. Precious Lord, and like the other guys are just cracking up because they're like, what is with this dude, right? He just sings like the whole first verse of the song while Nate tries to get his bearings straight.
And then as soon as he's done, he hits him again and he's knocked out completely.
Face first, like nose first into the mat, like out cold, bro. Like you can see the little Tweety birds like circling his head out cold.
Man, Snoop, man, so the main commentator, the play-by-play guy was like, well, you can't play boxing, Snoop. You can't play boxing. And Snoop says, that's right. There's two things you can't play at in life. One is boxing. The other is this pimping. I was like, dude, this is genius.
I did not hear that.
It was so funny.
Oh my God.
Yes, so right at the end. Like Nate's still down on the canvas when he says it.
I want to go back. First, it's a short fight, so I don't have to. I'm not a huge boxing fan, but a short fight, I can't. Well, many people are actually.
I don't know. It's a dying sport.
Yeah, but I don't know. Do you think people watch MMA more than boxing?
Yeah, I think so now.
Yeah. So as soon as Nate got knocked out, Snoop says, "Lord Jesus," and the other guy says, "Mamma Mia!" Like it's just this whole. Nobody saw it coming, and Nate Robinson is still being clowned. I mean, it's only been 5 to 6 days. Of course, he's still being clowned.
Man, he's got to be humiliated. So, all right. So I've got a story to kind of tie in with this, right?
Okay.
So when I first moved to Columbus, Ohio State was doing some sort of like team fight club thing, right?
Of course they were.
And it was like, but it was it was like, okay, one of my buddies called and says, "Hey, Greg, we want you to be." The 180-pound weight class. I was like, all right. I said, okay, I guess I can do that. And then I go to the weigh-in and he's there. I'm like, all right, well, what's the training? Like, what are we gonna do? Oh, there's no training. Just work out on your own. And I was like, dude, I'm not doing this. I was like, I'm not trying to be Nate Robinson. Now, again, Nate Robinson was probably still playing high school football when I I said it. So he didn't get the reference, but I knew.
You knew way back then, like 20 years ago, you had foresight that this was going to happen.
Like, I'm not going into it was supposed to be like some MMA thing. I was like, dude, I'm not trained for this. Like, I'm not just going into a fight and hoping that my rage can get me through it like the Incredible Hulk. It just doesn't work like that. So but that's exactly why you got to train for that.
I thought he trained.
They've been training since August.
Yeah, I mean, he thanked his trainers after the fight.
But yeah, I mean, you got to get cardio. Your cardio has to be at a certain level, and then there's just time. 10,000 hours. I mean, I don't know how many amateur fights Jake Paul has had, but I have to imagine it's more than Nate has had.
I think they said like one professional fight, I think I read, and then one other. So he's got more fights under his belt than Nate does.
Yeah, but he's also hungry and wants to fight. He's young, like he wants to be a fighter. Like, that's the thing. Like, I don't want to be a fighter.
Yeah.
Like I've no desire to get into a boxing ring or MMA. Like my ego doesn't need it.
Well, he felt like his did apparently. So that happened. And then the title card fight, of course, was Mike Tyson and Roy Jones Jr., which I think Snoop says like watching your two uncles fight at the cookout. I didn't watch it again. I watched clips of it and there was a lot of hugging going on, but it was like there was no winner. They called it a draw at the end, even though many people thought that Mike clearly won, but there wasn't going to be a winner.
Right.
No knockouts. Like there was nothing going to be super interesting with these old men fighting each other. Just an exhibition, which is exactly
they got in the ring. They they did it. That's what Mike said. He's like, I'm fine with that. Like I won because I got in the ring and was able to do it.
Did you see
You know.
the post interview?
No, I didn't.
So the interviewer turns to Roy and says, I'm paraphrasing, but something like, so, were you concerned getting in the ring with Mike, after, so Mike interrupts him and says, I ain't fought he fought 2 years ago. I ain't fought in 15 years. Why don't you worry about my head? Why don't you worry about my head? I could get hurt out there, man. So yeah, and so the guy's like, well, you're the champ, she's like, I'm not the champ, I'm the beginner. That's my Mike Tyson impression.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Thank you.
I thought Mike Tyson jumped into the podcast. Like, I know he's Mike. What a
Yeah.
surprise.
Boy, trickery. Those who are, listening audio, they're gonna be like, oh my God.
Whoa.
You guys know people.
Yeah, coming up.
So that was a good time. The jokes were abundant. That was really the best part of it all, was the jokes and the memes.
Yeah, for sure, man. That's that dude. He needs to dig himself into a hole and not come out for a long. He got about 3 or 4 months before people. I don't know if people are ever going to forget this.
Yeah,
a year.
I don't know.
2 years.
Somebody who purported to be his friend said that Nate jumped into the group chat later that night and was taking these jokes. So maybe among his people, he was like,
whatever,
ready to get roasted. But
what do you know what he got paid?
Was it like 600? I saw 600. I just saw 600. I don't know if it was. I could easily look that up. But
because like there's a lot. There's a lot of celebrity boxing matches, like where Danny Bonaducci fights Screech. There's a lot of stuff like that. And they get paid like 5,000, 6,000.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh.
But this seemed more legit.
So the purse for this fight was $600. Wait.
What?
It says.
Is there a K behind that?
No. The co-main event of this is from CBSSports.com. The co-main event of Jake Paul and Nate Robinson, however, will only make $600 each for their efforts. They will make much more in pay-per-view shares and endorsements, but each man is only guaranteed to make $100 per round to step in the ring. Wow. Was it worth it, Nate? Was it worth it?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, his athletic career is over.
Yeah, way to put a cherry on top with that one, guy.
Yeah, I mean, he was a journeyman. Like, I don't know how many teams he played for in the NBA, but I'm guessing it was like 14. He played on so many different teams. I think even when he won 3 NBA dunk championships, he might have been on a different team for like
each
2
one.
of them.
Yeah,
2 of them at least.
Mm-hmm.
But man,
well. They made Thanksgiving weekend interesting.
Yeah, well, Snoop got a new career though. Actually, I heard he's starting a boxing.
He is, but people are trying to get him to just, appealing to sign contracts to commentate like basketball, football games, like because he's done guest appearances in the past. And he's always bringing the funny, like just the way he, communicates. It's
the way his brain works, pretty genius.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty genius.
I have to appreciate Snoop's the way his career has remained. To go from Doggy Style all the way to where he is today. He's tapped into a lot of different markets and done a lot of different things and tried a lot of different things, and people are still talking about him,
Yeah, he's got like his own line of like cannabis, nutrients. Like not even just the cannabis, but like this, like he has like all the growing stuff too.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like he's got like his all the vitamins and stuff he put into it.
So for those interested in getting into growing, he's got everything.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Snoop's got his own line, but I think his only misstep really was the Snoop Lion thing.
Yeah, that was bizarre.
Oh, but he did do a song with Eddie Murphy called Red Light.
Oh no, he didn't.
Oh yeah, Snoop Lion and Eddie Murphy. Eddie Murphy featuring Snoop Lion. I probably should have brought that up a few weeks ago.
So between What's Up With You and Red Light, where are we? What's Oh, the fact you even have to think about it is troubling.
Well, no. All right. So What's Up With You? It has Michael Jackson on, right?
Yes.
It's like somebody watching me, like sort of like, okay, the song is ridiculous. You take Michael Jackson's hook out of it,
It's ridiculous.
It's ridiculous song. When you bring, oh yeah, okay, and then like it comes in, like so. What's Up with You has that going for it a little bit, but Red Light is more. It's a reggae thing. Eddie might be more refined as a musician because he's just been sitting in his base. Also, Stoop said all he does is sit around and make music all day.
Eddie does?
Yeah, that's all he does. Eddie Murphy does. Just make music. He said
he'd be out here writing these jokes. That's what he needs to be doing.
Well, yeah, I mean, we'll see if that ever happens. But well, I did hear that. I think it was Bill Burr was saying that he was trying to book some theaters, and Eddie Murphy had booked those theaters out. Like right around when COVID started, like Eddie Murphy was going to start doing like small theaters.
Yeah.
So he's like, well, I'm not doing. He's like, well, all right, I'll call him in 6 months. He's like, I'm not going on anywhere near Eddie Murphy. I'm the same thing.
That's a legend. He's the GOAT.
2020 strikes again, but it's going to be tough for him. But anyways, I digress. But yeah, but Snoop has been able to hold on pretty well. Like I don't know what his last album was or his last song on the radio. I watched
his gospel album was pretty tight.
I heard that actually.
It was tight. It was really nice. So he did a good job with that. And then, people, I don't even want to get into the whole church thing, but the church crowd could be real like, oh, you can't. But it was good. It was good music. Like it was a good album. So.
What was he featured on?
He was producing. There was a couple songs that he featured on, but he mostly just let the artists do their thing. So he had like the Clark sisters on one song, Fred Hammond, B Slade was on there a lot. I don't know if you're familiar with B Slade, but he was on there a lot. And I'll tell the B Slade story one day. But it's nothing personal, just kind of how he went from a gospel artist from gospel artist Tone to B Slade, the R&B artist, the producer. Yeah, but he has some heavy hitters in the industry, gospel industry on there. So it was a good album. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
What do you think of while we're on the topic, what do you think of Kanye's? Did you listen to it?
I didn't listen to the album. I saw a lot of videos on YouTube. The music was amazing from what I saw. The way he, produced those songs and kind of mixed them and added some modern, like some R&B and some. It was great. The child loves it. Like
really
play it on Sunday morning and just play it, and she would just be losing her mind, like dancing and stuff. So she was into it.
Okay, that's good.
It's hard.
Listen. Yeah, I mean, he got your vote.
Well, I'm like, it's hard because he's kooky, so it's hard to separate the artist from the music sometimes. Right. But I think the project
kooky is maybe the biggest understatement of the year.
Me always try and be nice and use the gentle words, but
he's kooky.
he's kooky.
Eccentric.
Yeah, touched.
Yeah, man, boy, got something wrong with him.
Yeah, but yeah, speaking of albums, I did see bits and pieces of the BET Soul Train Awards that came on Sunday night. I don't really watch the award shows anymore. Do you watch that stuff?
No, not for a long time.
Yeah.
None of them. I mean, I watch the Oscars and the Golden Globes, and maybe I'll catch the Emmys, but only because I watch so much TV. But a lot of it has to do with the nominees.
Right.
But like the Grammys, BET Awards. Now, wait, are the BET Awards? Are they merged with the Soul Train Awards, or is it two separate shows now?
They're two separate shows. So
okay, all right.
I look at the Soul Train Awards used to come on like just exclusively on like TV One. Right. One of those types of shows. I look at it as the old people awards. So they're my awards basically. So it's the music I listen to. So these are the awards. Like I think 2 or 3 years ago they did a whole Babyface tribute and had like Tevin Campbell. Yeah. Tevin Campbell came out. And then I think last year they did Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis. So it's the music from then that's always getting honored and recognized. So it's the Carla Awards. The BET Awards are more for the babies, for the Gen Xers, the Gen Zers, whatever. And that's the awards I look at. I'm like, who are these people? That's BET Awards to me. So the Soul Train Awards are from the more mature crowd, I want to say. But they did try to bring some new artists in this year. But at the same time, I think you mentioned you saw the clip that they did a whole go-go tribute.
That was awesome.
Yeah, that was like, it was rocking.
I think he wrote that song for the show.
Well, which one? Because he interspersed like four or five songs.
The main head where
Okay.
before you go, or
Okay.
baby please don't go. I think.
And then he
Well,
like interspersed like
yeah,
sardines and the butt, and it was
yeah.
good. You know, Cee-Lo is problematic. You know, I even tweeted like,
Oh yeah,
are we
yeah.
allowed to listen to him because he's a rapist or whatever? But again,
Well,
the music
well,
and the artist.
I can get in trouble for. I'm not defending him, but what he did was
I'm not defending him, but
no. What he did was he apparently dropped Molly into one of his girlfriend's drinks at a
uh-huh.
club, but I don't think it went anywhere other than that. He got in trouble for that.
So he's an attempted rapist?
No, I think he was trying to turn the party up.
Okay.
Like I
But
don't
he
like.
but he made a comment. I think that's what got him in trouble. He made a comment like in response to the controversy that basically he said that he didn't feel like what would have happened or having sex with a woman under the influence was considered rape. I think that's what it was, which is why the Twitter streets were angry at Cee-Lo.
Right. Well, it cost him a lot.
Yeah, it did a lot. So I would say it had to be more than just I think he just should have shut up. I think these
Yeah.
artists having Twitter sometimes and Instagram, it was almost better back when you couldn't. It made me think about that with the Grammy conversation last week. Like before, you didn't know if an artist was upset because there was no way for you to get to them, unless they choose to go on the news and tell everybody that they were upset. But you didn't have access to their innermost thoughts on Twitter and Instagram back then. And now they just get on there and just post whatever.
Yeah,
And
immediately, right from your phone while you're on the toilet.
Right before their publicist can get to them and be like,
Yeah.
don't do that. So
Yeah.
it's a lot of people getting canceled over this foolishness.
Well, he's, Cee-Lo is, Goody Mob released a record this year that he's on, called Survival Kit.
Oh.
So he's still making music with them.
Mm-hmm.
I think Gnarls Barkley is over. I think he had a Cee-Lo Green album 2018 to 2019.
He did a Christmas album a couple years ago.
Merry Christmas.
Yeah.
It's the most wonderful time of the year.
I did not listen to all of it. He did a really nice rendition of Mary Did You Know, but that was one thing I heard off of that.
I was another controversial statement. I like Cee-Lo better rapping than I do singing.
He didn't even rap as much as he did sing.
I know, but man, those early Outkast albums, early Goody Mob albums, when you come on, you're like, it's about to be the truth.
Yeah, that's true.
His tone. I mean, like he's a cool singer. Yeah. He's a cool singer, but like, give me a little bit of Lauryn Hill mixture. You know what I mean? Like, I don't need him to,
you can have a foot in both sides.
Yeah. Straddle the line.
I got you. Yeah, so that was actually one of my favorite. Again, I didn't watch all of the performances, but they had a really cool like soul cipher with Shanice, Shantae Moore, Stokely, and PJ Morton. That was pretty cool.
Oh wow! I'm looking at the winners. Like I don't know what they're giving out awards for.
Who cares? Nobody's here for that. Jasmine Sullivan came and ripped down. She's got a new album coming out in January that she just announced. So it was good. I mean, everything's so strange now with these award shows with all these prepackaged like performances. Or that one actually looked like it was more on a stage. It was like a sound stage, and they were coming in. But one of the award shows was like they were all recording from home and sending in their performances. Yeah. Via email or whatever. So
COVID sucks.
It's the worst. But today 3 of the former presidents said they would do their vaccine live on TV just to show that it's safe. So if the vaccine is coming, we'll see if we can get this thing eradicated once and for all.
Yeah, man. I don't know.
Or at least controlled.
Controlled. Yeah, it's I don't know, man. It's going. They just shut us. They just locked us back down last night in LA. Like closing all the businesses. And, man, I got to tell you, people want Gavin Newsom's head on a platter. Like it's like it's almost like as bad as the Minnesota or the Michigan.
Big Rich.
Yeah. Is she? I mean, there's so much fake. Like there's so much like fake social media. Is she getting indicted for something, or that's just
no?
That was just someone saying that.
She's not that I'm aware of, and I just watched an interview with her the other day. I don't believe she's getting indicted. But the thing about it is like, people are gonna be pissed no matter what, because our governor
Right.
is doing nothing and people here are pissed
Right.
because it's like, you don't care about our lives, Ron
Right.
DeSantis. So it doesn't matter what the governor does. They're not gonna make anyone happy. But I think at the end of the day, the saving the lives of your constituents should be number one.
For sure. For sure. I mean, it sucks, man. I'm thinking about the holidays and
Mm-hmm.
whatever. I'm sick of people anyway, so I'm fine staying home, man.
Yeah, yeah. Thanksgiving was weird for us this year. Just in the house. I cooked a lot of food. We were supposed to have a
Girl.
whole family get together, and it just, obviously about a month or so to go, it just wasn't going to happen. So I just did all the cooking, but it was good. It was good.
Yeah. Well, happy
So
Thanksgiving.
yeah, indeed. So last week I teased about the fact that I was watching this Voices of Fire choir competition. If you want
Right.
to, if you want to call it a choir, it was a choir show on Netflix. This choir that Pharrell was working on putting together and producing. And I guess they're like a legit thing. Like they've been on albums and they've toured a little bit, pre-COVID or whatever. But
Sure.
I mentioned how I was triggered while watching this show, and I will now explain why I was triggered. I mean, because we talked about it like every episode, that I was in a choir in college.
Yes, yes.
Yes.
It came with a robe. It came with you got different sashes depending on your
Oh,
range.
your level.
Yeah, your level. Yeah. I know. I
So
know about that choir.
then, yeah, but the story has nothing to do with the choir per se. But the accompaniment to the choir was the church I was attending. I think my sophomore year of college, my junior year of college, I joined a church in Detroit. And what up, though, Detroit? And maybe a month or two after joining the church, I got pulled to the side. I'll try to make the story succinct as possible because I could go on and on. But I was pulled to the side about auditioning for this play that the church was doing. Every May, they would do this major musical with the youth department. I was kind of straight off the fence. I was like 21. I wasn't really youth per se. But I got pulled to the side and asked to audition for this play. I had just gotten there. I wasn't really versed in the church culture. I was like, all right, I'll do it. I'll audition. I did a little bit of acting like here and there in school, but nothing.
Seventh grade.
Yeah, seventh, eighth grade. Like I never auditioned for the high school musicals. Like that wasn't my, even though I was in the drama club, that wasn't my thing. So anything that requires singing, basically, I wouldn't. Like if I have to sing, no, thank you. But this audition required singing. So I had to go.
Were
Go
you
ahead.
as a junior in high school?
In high school.
Were you an a cappella choir, or did they make you stay in the general choir?
I was in a cappella choir, which was
Okay.
the audition choir. So I guess I
Okay.
did
All right.
audition for something.
Okay. Good. All right. So carry on.
But low key, I think that he just put all the black girls in the all the black kids in a cappella choirs. They're like, they can sing.
Yeah.
They're black.
For sure. Well,
Let's not stereotype.
no runs. Yeah, no runs.
None of that. None of that. Sing it straight. Sing it straight. So I go to this audition and it's real informal, but I have to go in. They just wanted me to sing Yes, Jesus Loves Me. Very simple. I was acting out a little scene. And so, yes, Jesus loves me. Like I just sang it real quick. And that was like the whole audition. So I was like, oh, that's all the singing I have to do. I can manage that. So I get the lead in this play.
No, I did not know this.
I was the lead character. The play, you're gonna laugh. The play was called Cinderella.
Oh.
But but it was Cinderella.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh, they heard about your slits that you wore. That you wore
They heard about my slits and said she'd be perfect for the role. So I was cast as Cinderella in the play.
Wow.
So go ahead, you have a question.
Can you give me the elevator pitch on what Cinderella story is?
So of course it's an offshoot of the main Cinderella story.
Uh-huh.
Um
It sounds like she's a villain.
so the cookie cutter, the Reader's Digest summary of Cinderella was that there was a young woman whose father, she went to church with her father. I think he might have been a pastor, and he died when she was young, and it turned her away from God.
Oh, okay.
So she was left with the
Heavy.
evil, yeah, she was left with the evil stepmother and the two stepsisters who were just evil. You know, she was like a leader in the.
Poochies.
No, they were leaders in the church.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the three girls all go to the same high school or whatever. And there's this guy that, you know, he's like the man at the high school, and there's a school dance. Cinderella gets all dressed up. Her fairy step angel, I don't know, fairy god angel comes in and transforms her. The prince falls in love with her. He goes to the house. He realizes that she decides to get saved, by the way, that has to happen. And then because she's saved later, he falls in love with her at the end. Yeah.
Wait. So hold on, go back for a second. Who was a Prince Charming? Like he was just a guy at the church?
Yeah, he was my friend, Jason. What's up, Jason?
No. I'm not who the actor is.
Well, still, what's up, Jason?
Yeah, what up, Jason?
No, he was a guy, he was like the guy at the church. He was a pastor's son, and you know, he was the guy that all the girls wanted, and you know, he was the one that ultimately chose Cinderella.
But her name's Cinderella, like with S-I-N, don't you think that would be a natural deterrent?
I think, if I recall, I mean, granted, this is like 12 years ago, but I think they called her Dorella.
Okay.
You know,
who wrote it?
A lady at the church.
I love it. Okay,
yeah,
now
it was all an in-house production.
Yeah, I'm closing my eyes and picturing you being Mariah Carey on set, saying like, "Where is my tea?" I was told there would be tea.
I need my pillows fluffed. I need yellow M&Ms only. Peanut butter, please. Yes. But here's the thing. I'm so meek. Like I was so meek. Like the church was, the pastor of the church is, I'm gonna just say it because it's part of the story. Marvin Winans of the Winans is the pastor of the church. So I'm in there and I'm like this new member, and I'm kind of meek, and I'm low-key a little starstruck, you know, because I left this church or whatever. But you know, he didn't come to the rehearsals or whatever. It was just sort of like, I was just meek, you know, because I was like, you know, I don't know how I got this role. I found out later, just because it was an aesthetic thing. Like they liked the way me and Jason looked together. But I was like, how did I get it? So it was one of those predisposed, like you were going to get this role no matter. You could have went in there and sounded completely tone deaf, and we would have gave you the role.
How many songs did you have in the show?
So this is where I had one. So remember when I auditioned, it was Yes, Jesus Loves Me, right?
Yes, Jesus loves me.
Very and like you can fake that.
Yeah.
So I get to rehearsal, and the big show song for me to sing when Dorella's having this existential crisis of faith was Open My Heart by Yolanda Adams.
Oh, wow.
I'm like, how did we go from Yes, Jesus Loves Me to this whole Yolanda Adams song? So they're like, okay, well, sing the song. You're going to sing it. So I would get on stage, that part would come, and I would just stand there. They would play the music, and I'm just sitting there like, I ain't doing this. Y'all, this was not what I signed up for.
Whoa.
I didn't sign up for this. So they're like, we got to sing the song. I'm not singing the song. And so I was just like I was just squeak out like notes.
You're diva. I told you I ain't singing this song.
I was like, because listen, first of all, I'm not a singer. When I do sing, you hear how my voice sounds. I am maybe a contralto, maybe a tenor. Like I have a very low voice, like even when I am singing. Them high notes and me don't get along. So put me at the bottom. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So because I refused to sing this song, we had a Saturday rehearsal. We took a break. We're all standing outside in the parking lot, just chopping it up, whatever. Somebody from the church was like, come back inside. Just talking to me, come back inside. I was like, well, for what? They said, well, the pastor wants to see you. I said, pastor wants to see me? He doesn't even know my name. He wants to see me?
Yes, yeah. He does.
So I'm just standing there like, don't leave him waiting. I was like, oh my God. So I go back in the sanctuary. Marvin the Winans is sitting at a piano. playing Open My Heart on the piano. And there's another lady
Wow.
sitting next to him from the choir department. And he's like, well, I want you to sing the song. I was like, I'm sorry? He's like,
Ooh.
sing the song.
That's your shot. That's your shot.
Dog. I feel my heart rate. I can feel my heart rate raising as I tell this story. Like that's how
vomit on my sweater already. Mom spaghetti. This is your shot. This is it.
Oh god. Not throwing away my shot. I should have. I should have. So I sing the whole song, top to bottom, beginning. And as he's playing, he's just looking at me and playing and just looking at me and playing the song. And I'm just singing it like the best I can, right?
Right.
So at the end,
you knew it. You knew the song.
I knew the song. It wasn't like I didn't know it. It's just that I wasn't going to sing it because I knew I sounded terrible. So the song ends and there's just silence in the room. Now, mind you, we're on the big stage. You've been to the church. It's a big stage.
Yeah, huge stage, yeah.
I'm standing there in silence. And to break the silence, because, I can't sit in silence, I said,
farted.
That might have been better, actually. I said, well, I'm not comfortable with that song that Yolanda Adams sings. I can't. Yeah. So he says, well, that's what Yolanda Adams can sing. And I think my life ended at that very moment. I didn't know what to say. The lady next to him just kind of covered her face because she was like, oh my God, I can't believe he just said that to her. And I was like, yeah, it's true. I mean, I didn't know what to say. So I had this Grammy Award winning gospel artist basically told me to my face, you can't sing, girl.
Wow.
Like, I don't know what we're going to do because you can't. So my hope was they would cut the song from the play. Like, it's not necessary. I'm not going to sing it. You know what they had me do instead? They had someone from the pit sing the song and me pantomime to it for 4 minutes.
That's what I was going to say was going to happen.
I had to do interpretive liturgical dance to this song while someone else sang it because they weren't going to let me sing it. I wasn't going to sing it. And this play, they put the play on at the Public Hall in Detroit at a major theater in Detroit.
How many seats?
I don't know. Too many.
What's it called?
I don't know. I think it's the Public Hall or public.
Was it sold out?
I don't know.
Okay.
I didn't pay attention to the details.
Wow. Yeah, it's below you. You're the talent. You don't need to worry about such things.
Don't worry about ticket sales and whatnot.
I don't care.
There is a video that I'm not ever going to post. But I'll send it to you. It's of the play, but I'll send it to you. But y'all listen.
I didn't know anything about any of this.
Yeah.
Does Mom know about this?
I don't know. She will now.
Oh my goodness.
Now, listen, I know my limits. I feel like, I can carry a tune on certain things. You know what I mean?
When you sing, from what I've seen, you very much internalize. You're sweating. You sing in and not out, and you sing up and not forward, right?
So but nobody's ever told me that. I don't have any training.
Yeah, it's very interesting when I see you sing because you're not terrible. You're not terrible.
I just don't know how to do it.
Although man, dude, I would love to see that rehearsal footage, that behind the scenes.
Oh, I don't have the rehearsal. It's the actual
when you play with Marvin Winans on stage. He's probably killing this song on piano, playing it so beautifully.
How do you know this song so well?
Yeah,
you have a Grammy. That's how.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Adding little expression flares, doing quick juicy little walk-ups.
And just looking at me playing it all beautifully, just staring at me what's happening here?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, that's tough to say. I mean, I would say, because Yolanda Adams sing. It's brutal. I mean, that's brutal. It's
so mean.
Yeah. I mean, maybe not that song for you. Maybe
that was the thing. Pick a different song.
Or let's, like we said about Alicia Keys last week, take it down.
Take it down.
Take it down a half step or a step. But somebody like me, let's say you're doing a Prince tribute, right?
Mm-hmm.
and if you're not in the right key, I'd be furious.
Yeah.
Right. So
you know your pocket. You have a pocket.
yeah,
Yeah, and you get me
yeah,
outside the pocket, it's gonna be not a good
right,
thing.
right.
I was like, I could have rapped. I could
Wow.
have came in there like, we got the prank just to make it today. You know what I mean? I could have came in there and did something else.
Well, for the listeners that don't know, Carla does have a history of recording hip hop songs.
I
She
got
does have,
bars.
yeah, Carla got
I
bars.
got bars.
That's it. That is, I did not know about any of that.
Yeah, that is
And
my
clearly with good reason, because you got clowned by Marvin Winans. Oh man, like they could have just fired you. Like, you know what? He could have just fired you.
he could
I'm
have
sure
just let
that.
me go.
Yeah.
Maybe they had a behind the scenes conversation like we need a new Cinderella because this one can't sing. But
Wow.
they didn't, and I think that
Wow.
was what frustrated me was because I was new. I wasn't able to advocate for myself at that point. I was too young or naive or whatever. Like I could have been like, can we just try a different song? Like I understand that this is the playwright's vision, but we're not gelling. Like me and the vision don't go together. So let's do something else. I can sing something by Men of Standard, Kirk Franklin,
Well,
something.
you're a contradiction though, because you were bold enough to say I'm not singing it on during rehearsal. So you definitely had
Well,
your
no,
confidence.
I didn't say that. I just stood there and didn't sing it.
Mm.
Yeah, I just stood there and didn't sing it. It was just inaction.
The other way you could have gone. Now I don't know that. I don't like. I don't know that you have the ability to cut this free and be this wild on stage. Is just to sing it as bad as you possibly can, or not bad, but just sing it like give all your like your Jennifer Hudson up there singing and Dreamgirls, like just giving it everything you got, and it just be
Everything
everything, like leave it on the stage.
abysmal,
Yeah.
abysmal.
I mean, I would imagine, let's say the song's 4 minute long. About the first 2 minutes are going to be brutal, but about 2.5 minutes, people are like, okay, okay,
like okay,
people will get,
like you're going for it. You know,
yeah,
like take your time, baby, take your time.
that's right. I mean, that is brilliant.
Had I thought and been a little bit more headstrong, that's probably what I would have done. Just left it all on the stage, like it or not. But
well, see, this is sort of the basis of this podcast, because we didn't really talk back then.
right.
I mean, even though any of this was going on. So what you were, well, not you said a sophomore in college.
No, I was a junior. It was 2000, so I was
Oh,
20. I wasn't even
that was my
21
senior
yet.
year.
Yeah, I wasn't
That was my
21
senior
yet.
year.
Mhm.
Okay.
So before I came to your graduation, all this happened.
Whoa.
It's to the point. This was 20 years ago. I hate that song by Yolanda Adams to this day.
You're sweating. You're visibly sweating. I can see you
Because I have on a hoodie. I'm hot.
Oh, I know it's not that, because you were fired up before you started telling that story. Like, no, you're having a visceral reaction to it.
That's how bad it was.
I get it. Like, there's some things that I've done in my life. Like, for example, I went me and What Up Noodles, me and Drew went to this club once, and we went with this former child star, this actor. He is a popular guy, like from LA.
Yeah.
And we walk into this club. They walk us in the back. It was like Goodfellas. They walk us through the back door, and everyone comes in like, "Yo, he's in the building. He's in the building." Everyone's like, "Oh!" We get on the stage with the DJ booth, and the DJ has this big red button. And the guy comes up and goes, "Hey!" Bang, hits the button. Everyone's like, "Oh!" in the club, and it was cool. So then we're on stage dancing or whatever, like, because we're part of his entourage.
Mm-hmm.
And then this is right when Niggas in Paris came out by Jay-Z.
Yes.
And so, boop, 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 and I go, bam, hit the button. And like, it was like security swarm. Like, yo. And whenever I tell that story, I'm like, oh, it was so embarrassing. We got kicked off the stage.
Oh my God.
Yeah, like it was so embarrassing. In front of like 3,000 people in this club. We got kicked off the stage for me touching the equipment. And then, they were all cool about it. Like the people I was with were all cool about it.
Yeah, but the DJ was not.
The DJ was pissed. And the actor was kind of like, he was like, yeah, you kind of have to have some sway to be able to do that.
I didn't know. I don't know the button. Y'all don't give me the button rules before we get up here.
I was like, hey, I was on workout. I was on a reality show 6 years ago.
That's right, guys. Greg was just on Bravo's Workout. Look it up. He was on a reality show.
It's buried in the pantheon of Bravo's.
Well, it was pre-Housewives. I mean, you know,
it was same time.
Really?
The first one. Same time.
The first one. Okay.
I think it was Orange County was the first one.
Okay.
But I cannot believe. I mean, no, you're gonna have reactions to that story for the rest of your life.
Forever. I cannot hear. I watched Yolanda Adams tribute last year on TV. I said, okay, when she got to that song, I can do it. I can watch this song. Nope, turned it off.
Oh,
I hate that song.
So how many performances was it? How did they go? One performance, one and done.
It went fine, but that was the last play that Perfecting Church did.
Oh, you killed them. You killed it. Oh, you killed them. Dude, that's crazy.
Another play in 20 years.
That's crazy. You killed it.
Oh my God. It's funny.
They're like, well, like they're probably in the board meeting, the deacon board, like, so we need a fundraiser this year. Oh, we should probably do another play.
Nope. Not after that one.
No. She still go here? like, I'm surprised you weren't banishing from. Oh my God.
No,
that is so funny.
I was paying my time. They weren't going nowhere.
Oh my God.
That's so funny. Yeah.
All right. So was it 3 acts, 2 acts? Do you remember?
I believe it was a 2-act play because there's one intermission. Okay. Yeah.
You were on stage. You were the lead.
I was the lead. I was almost in every scene.
Wow. How the dialogue go?
Dialogue was fine. We had our lines down. Like that wasn't the issue. It was just.
Oh man.
And the thing is, I don't think anyone else had a solo. If I think back through it, like there were like musical performance, like musical interludes, but there were no other like big solos in the show. Not even at the end, because the thing about it was that the Jason playing the Prince, you would think the Prince would have a big song too.
Yeah.
No.
Well, all right. So I think it was our first episode. We did the flux capacitor.
Yeah.
If you could go back in time and get back on stage, I would plead for you just to go for it.
I probably would.
Just absolutely just go for it. Like crawling on your floor on the like just giving it to them. Giving them like I don't know the song. I'm gonna have to listen to it.
Oh my God. I'll have to post it on the Instagram.
That is amazing. I'm just telling you, that will haunt you forever.
You know, the thing about it, it's been 20 years now. I mean, I'm sweaty, but like just because I haven't told the story from beginning to end like that. But it's something I think about, but I also, it's a claim to fame. How many people can be told by a Grammy Award winning gospel artist who sung with Michael Jackson, who sung with Whitney Houston, he married Whitney and Bobby, and he told me I can't sing? Yes. Like it's my calling card. It's my claim to fame.
But you're not that bad. Again,
it was just that song.
That song, right?
And if you hear the song, I wish we could play it. If you could hear the song, you'd be like, "There's no way Carla could have pulled this off."
Wow.
That's usually like when I'm singing, just for fun. I'm usually singing songs by men because that's my my comfort zone right there. Is like tenor.
Whoa. All right. So I guess we can segue this into. So when you were doing that, right? When you were. This is 2000. I was a senior in high school. I was a professional working musician in Cleveland, playing piano and singing in a band. Then I opened for Ben Harper. I opened for John Scofield. I was a professional. Like I had a residency gig at a Coventry bar every Monday for like 6 months. Like it's like
the paradox of it all.
At the same time, matter of fact. I was in the high school. I was at the Mountain Dew High School Rock Off that we would place like 3rd or 4th place in.
Yeah.
But you were at one of those shows.
Mm-hmm.
I do believe. Was this at the same time that you had already auditioned for this play?
Was that? It depends on the timing.
What year was it? It was 99, 2000. So it would have been.
Yeah. The play started like February 2000. It was early. And the play,
that's when you auditioned.
The audition was like January, February. The play.
Yeah, no, it had to be right around the same time. I think it was after Christmas break.
That's crazy. But you would get like the singing roles in high school and stuff too. You would get the solo. And I just think it's I don't know, like maybe it's because you're a guy and you have your voice, maybe that's just where, well.
Well, we can go back. We can go back to. Did we talk about this? I don't know if we talked about this on air or off, but I remember we went on some trip to an outlet mall or something, and that's like when I had like a few Prince cassettes, but I got the hits 1 and 2 and the B-sides, compilation album on CD, and I went home and turned it on and was trying to sing with Prince, and my voice was cracking. I didn't have a falsetto. I was straining, like the same way that someone might sit and turn on a guitar and try to learn every song to every note that on like a Guns N' Roses album or like whatever.
Yeah.
I was doing that with Prince and training my voice, and eventually got there.
Yeah.
Eventually got there. I was able to fall. I had a good falsetto, and I had crazy range.
Yeah.
So I don't. When you did not. As much as you love Michael Jackson and listen to him in your room,
I wasn't working on it.
You were never singing along. Like I would listen to those albums over and over and sing along, note for note for note for note for note.
Yeah.
And it built up this crazy endurance, vocal endurance that I could do all sorts of stuff. I mean, when I got into like bands, I remember I think my first band I tried to play the song Endorphin Machine, which is on the Gold Experience, and it's one of the screaming Prince songs.
Oh wow!
And I would blow my voice out a lot.
Wow. Okay.
I'd leave because I just didn't know how to do it.
Right.
But I think, but trying to do that, learning how to control is just what you didn't have the training in.
Yeah.
To be able to do, because you probably could do that song if they gave you
training.
6 months.
6 months. I didn't have 6 months. I had 3 months.
Okay, no, even 3 months you could do it, but he'd have to work with you, and you'd have to, or someone required to work with you.
Yeah.
And show you where you need to be holding your air.
None of that happened.
Yeah, for them just to throw you in the fire like that. It's tough.
And that's the thing that I've always thought about with singers. I think that was part of my problem, is that I always just assumed it was a natural gift. And people do have the natural gift to sing. Like some people are but then many people do train their voices to learn how to sing.
The natural gift is the tone.
Okay.
If you sing and you have like a cool tone to your voice, a cool natural, that is natural. Now, I mean, you can do things to manipulate it. You can try to, alter it a little bit, but your natural tone, whether it's gravelly or whether it's really pretty or whether it's rough, whatever it is, it's just going to naturally come out of you. And then at that point, that can be trained. And,
you can build a foundation to build off of.
Yeah, like Cee-Lo's voice, that's his natural tone. Now, I don't think in what was the song? Southern Playalistic. It was Get Up, Get Out, and Get Something.
Yeah.
I don't recall graduating at all.
Yeah.
I think that was Cee-Lo. That's the first time I heard Cee-Lo's voice, and I never forgot it.
Yeah.
But now I don't know if he could sing then the way he can now. I'm sure he got training. Andre 3000 too. But their tone was there.
Right. Like there's just a building block, because my baby, I think she's got a great tone in her singing voice. But if that's something she wanted to do, I think that she could build on it, because it's pretty when she's singing. But I always thought it was something that just came naturally. So, never thought to try to build at it. I never really got feedback that, there was something there. So I just, went about my business, just with singing in the shower. I sing in the shower now. I have an R&B playlist I play every time I'm in the shower. But
until you hit skip when Yolanda Adams comes on.
She ain't on my playlist. I wasn't happy in the shower. Yeah. Thank you.
For sure.
A lot of Drew Hill. That's the thing. I love the dramatic singers like Cisco and the Boys to Men, just all the R&B drama of the 90s. It's just so fun to sing.
I can sing Boys to Men and cover all of their parts. But Drew Hill, I'm not R&B screamer. Cisco's kind of a screamer. Whereas Boys to Men was
the one so
smooth. Yeah, I mean, but
runs.
Oh man, yeah, that's no joke, man. And like I saw his kids. They have their the
One more.
Yeah, they're those boys. Like the young one, I was like, ooh,
yeah, they can sing.
Yeah,
but he probably is training them how to do it.
For sure. There's something about it. It's breath control. There's something to it. Like, but again, I think it's also that natural tone to be able to, get in your like. Wanye sings in his nostrils, but he's able to support his breath, and it gives him this crazy head voice that he doesn't break. Like the white equivalent to that is if you listen to the Talking Heads, David Byrne, when that guy gets to screaming against something, man, he keeps climbing and climbing and climbing and climbing and climbing, and his voice never breaks. He never breaks in the head voice.
Yeah. You know whose voice really impressed me was old dude from Panic at the Disco. When he did that Into the Unknown cover, I was like, oh my God.
Yeah, his voice is crazy.
His voice
is crazy. Yeah, I mean, the band's cool too. I mean, but like it was cool for them to let him do that. Cause I think Demi Lovato did the first Frozen. She did like
Let It Go.
Yeah, which is nice. Yeah, but it was a good idea to let him sing it.
It was crazy. So let me ask you, like, at what point in your growing up were you like, you know what, there's something here? Like, was it feedback you were getting from other people to make you say, I should sing, I could perform? Because we've witnessed people that we know that they thought they had it, and we've seen them crash and burn.
Right.
In person.
Well, I think the first time I ever got feedback, it had to be like 4th, 5th, or 6th grade, sometime around then.
Were you in an ensemble?
No, my voice was too. The ensemble wanted all like sopranos and like tenor ones.
Oh, okay.
Like they didn't want any, and my voice had a little too much bottom to it. Okay. But I remember I went in and did and sang Ben by Michael Jackson a cappella, and in front of a whole bunch of people, and in the room, like, and everyone was like, whoa. Like, now I don't know that because it was because it's a black dude singing, but I know, but I was all right. But then I was like, okay. And then I remember we in 6th grade we did a play, and at the end of that play, it was like a Martin Luther King play, and at the end of that play, of course, they were trying, man. At least they were trying.
I know they were.
They cast it was me and 2 other kids that played, and we rotated the Martin Luther King part. It was 2 white dudes.
Wait a minute.
Yeah. Ricky Soltis. I can't remember who the third one was. I want to say like Joe Rubino. But my boy Ricky. So whatever. Like, I'm gonna play Martin Luther King. That's fine. And but at the end of that we did Heal the World, and they had the ensemble sing, and they were like, there's a plane in your heart. And then Heal the World. Then I would come in with all the ad libs.
Oh, okay.
And I was singing the ad libs on top of it.
Nice.
And then I believe it was like, and then I started to get some attention from singing. And like 7th or 8th grade is when things kind of started to pick up as far as like what was going on in drama, and like I was getting like standalone solos. They were sending me to competitions.
The dream, the impossible dream.
Shut up, man. But hey, listen. Now at least I got it out. I didn't sit up there squeaking out.
Because they picked a song in your range.
I picked that song.
Well, even better. If I picked my own song, it would have been different.
But then I sang that song to audition for the play. I was in 8th grade and I auditioned for the high school play. I got in, and then I sang My Funny Valentine, I think.
Nice.
And got into like the show choir.
Okay. Oh, that's right. You were in show choir.
Yeah. Okay, but
I also don't know that Solon High School show choir was something.
National champions
show choir, singing and dancing in sparkly outfits and doing what they do.
And I came in as a full, like, never happened. Like, I was the first freshman to ever come in as a full member.
Yeah, because show choir was elite.
Yeah, it was very, very elite. And then
how did I forget you were in show choir? That's a big deal.
Because also at the same time I was doing well in track, and then I kind of backed out of I backed out of show choir. Like they went on the national competition. I was like, I'm not going to go on that. I'm going to stay and hit these Ellet relays or whatever it was. Like I'd rather do that. Right. So then I went back and they like demoted me. So I was like, I'm good.
Yeah. Okay.
Here's your sparkly vest back. And then
it's the same thing when I lost first chair. I was like, forget the orchestra. Who needs it?
Yeah. Well, but I know that every year they'd go to like Florida or Texas or somewhere and compete in a national competition.
So you'd have the same problem every year.
Yeah. I'm like, I'm not going to, and by my sophomore year, I essentially was the captain of the track team.
Right.
So I was like, all right, well, I'm trying to win states. I'm not trying to, dance and sing.
Go to Broadway.
And Broadway was never was never what I wanted to be.
And several of the kids from show choir did go to Broadway.
So yeah, for sure. Matter of fact, Rob Sapp is killing it.
Yeah.
Hey
Rob.
Hey Rob. Actually, we have a mutual friend who was on Broadway, and he's like, Rob Sapp? How? I was like, oh well, we were show choir, cuz.
I went to preschool with him, cuz.
Yeah, he was in
Lion King.
But I remember him that play I was in 8th grade and got high school play. He was in that. But then so then sophomore year I started someone asked me to join their band as a singer.
Okay.
And that's when I started to mess around with piano, playing piano, but that's when I kind of really started to focus on that and songwriting. And then by my senior year, I had like a piano, bass, and drum trio.
That's crazy.
That was
all self-taught.
All self-taught. Up to that point.
Okay.
Which going back, like I said, if I could play the songs that I play now, because I play a lot of stuff in the '90s that we grew up with, I could play that stuff now.
Yeah.
The game would have been completely different because they would have said I was a virtuoso.
Wow.
Someone did call me a virtuoso during that, but I don't think he knew what he was talking about. But it was all Then I'd been writing my own songs and stuff, and then when I went to college, I realized I was trying to learn how to play bass at that point.
Slap into bass,
and I had a couple of embarrassing I was a little too confident. I think I played my senior year. We played Vibrant Thing. We did an instrument switch.
Okay.
And I got it from piano, and I started playing the bass.
Oh, he was doing the Prince thing.
Yeah, and then the bass player started playing the guitar, the drummers all stayed on the drums.
Okay.
Or he started sequencing drums or something like that. But bass and piano are connected in a way as are piano and drums. Anyway, so then that when I was 18 or 19 is when I really kind of delved into learning other instruments. And I spent a lot of time in Columbus, a lot of money going to I would take for like 8 months. I would take piano lessons on Monday. Wednesday I would take guitar lessons, and then Friday I would take drum lessons.
So
for like 8 or 9 months.
Honing your craft, basically.
Yeah. I was still playing in bands, and then and then when I moved out to LA, that's when I got the recording. Actually, no. I moved to LA, moved back to Ohio, and recorded an album on my first record on I learned how to do Pro Tools. And then from there I went back to LA and started bands, and that's what I started playing a lot of shows, started playing for a lot of people.
Right.
But it was a gradual thing where I think going back to the 4th, 5th grade when someone's like, "Hey man, you can sing." I remember sitting in Scott Bacon's house. What up, Scott? I remember sitting in Scott Bacon's house, and he'd play video games. I just turned on records, and I remember that Luther Vandross songs album. I would sing constantly, even if my voice breaking, whatever. But that's how you gotta.
Yeah, you gotta sing through the pain.
Now, really
don't let's not forget that you had a band, your first band. The Cool Kids. I was the manager of the Cool Kids. So let's not leave them out of this conversation.
Yeah, well, you know what it was. We had those guitars. Essentially, they were the Guitar Hero guitars
Yeah.
that, but without being connected to Guitar Hero, where you could hit and and like, yeah, man, it was me. It was like me, Amit Patil,
Yep.
and a couple other kids from the neighborhood. And I
And
remember, I remember taking
the album
the
cover.
photo album
So,
cover. Yeah,
a slapping Polaroid.
yeah, yeah. I wanted to do Bubbles as my pet, but you said that was copywritten by Carlos Rock and Roll Sports and Music. It was
You can't have my music.
yeah, you owned it in perpetuity for all eternity.
No. I would have sued you.
That's true, man. But yeah, it's one of those things that, like, I try. If anyone young asks me now, I'm like, learn to play as many other people's music when you're young that you can, because that really is what dictates you getting better.
Yeah.
But I mean, maybe there's not enough of Yolanda Adams you can sing that can make you better.
Just pick a difference. Just pick a difference. So yeah. you never had a Marvin Winans, Yolanda Adams experience, I take it.
No. The worst it got for me was I was still, I was playing piano for this guy named Peter Black, may he rest in peace. He was a producer. He produced for like Brian McKnight and Jill Scott, and he had a band, and he wanted me to take a solo on one of his songs. It was in a key that I don't normally play in. So, and we were on a pretty big stage, and I bombed this solo.
Oh no!
Bombed the piano solo.
Oh no!
And but he was nice about it. He was like, oh well, because he would do like DVDs because I had to cut that solo out of that.
Oh, okay.
Out of the show.
So at least yeah.
But then he, he like took me under his wing and was like, all right, he taught me a lot of like different like licks and
so he helped you. He heard where you needed help and
exactly.
And assisted and trained you on what you could be doing better.
Exactly. Yeah. And I still use some of his licks to this day.
See, I just don't sing Yolanda Adams anymore.
Yeah, no, yeah. I mean, I mean, the worst part would imagine, make that story worse would be if you had to do that in front of the entire congregation.
Oh my God. Yeah, that would have been, thankfully it was just the three of us in the sanctuary. But, yeah, I don't think the public humiliation, I don't think you would have taken it to that level.
Well, maybe he's like,
and even the fact that the rest of the cast was outside, like at least that they weren't in there.
That you think they were.
Well, I think they were. As far as I know, in my mind, they were all outside. So anything different is a lie.
Well, I mean, maybe if he is like throwing the child in the deep end and so they learn how to swim, probably resulted in a few deaths.
Yeah, no, I wasn't a child anymore. I was 21. You can't throw me in the deep end. You need to help me or get out.
Wow. Yeah, man, that is hilarious.
Yeah, welcome to my life.
Yeah.
Oh, all right. Well, that was fun. And it's interesting hearing about your, because all of that was happening and I was gone doing that. So I didn't know that, as you developed, suddenly you were in a band and making music and whatnot. So I know that your music is available if you want to tell the people.
Oh, right. You can listen. I'm starting to compile my discography.
Yeah.
A little bit. I believe my SoundCloud, it's soundcloud.com.
I'll link it in the show description.
Yeah, / Greg Butler, I believe, or is it former child star? I'm not sure which one it is.
Is it Greg Butler? Yeah, I don't know.
I think it might be Greg Butler. Hold on, let me look. But yeah, I'm not logged in on my new phone. But yeah, you can listen to. I believe I have my first album that I was just talking about that I moved back from LA and did in 2004. And then I did the EP I did with Rob Gihana, who was a member of Morrissey at the time. Me and him produced the EP together. And then the album one of my concept record that I was working on called Former Child Star.
And it's under former child star, it looks like. It's former, so soundcloud.com /former - Lord Jesus. Ooh. Let me try that again. SoundCloud.com /former - child - star. That's where. And I'll put the link in the show notes. So this wasn't just a plug for your music. This
No,
conversation
no,
was
no, no, no,
really something I
no.
wanted to know. But if y'all want to
Yeah,
check it out, you can do
yeah,
so.
yeah. Check it out. It's fun. It's fun stuff.
Yeah. All right, so let's go ahead and close out this week. We're going to jump into the what you're streaming. And spoiler alert, I'm letting y'all know right now, don't send us no nasty emails. Don't be dogging us on Instagram. We're about to have spoilers for The Undoing. So if you have not
Yes.
seen The Undoing, you may want to stop playing right now. Right now. So it's kind of interesting because when you first mentioned the show about 2 weeks ago when we had
Yeah.
Shiana on,
Yeah.
it hadn't really taken off. You know, I started watching it and then suddenly everybody was talking about it on social media. Like it's so like it caught fire over Thanksgiving weekend or whatever.
Well, that's because of us.
Well, of
Talking about
course,
it.
relative distance, we got out there.
You
People
know,
listen to our podcast and
that's right.
we gotta watch this show, David E. Kelly.
Yeah, man.
So I met last week. I said that I had theories I was going to discuss with you offline.
Right.
That never happened.
We never did that. I thought about that.
Yeah, it never happened. So let's pretend like it's last week. My theory at the time was that the wife, Grace, would have some sort of psychotic break. I thought that, you know, the girlfriend being all weird, the side chick being all weird with her caused her to snap some kind of way, and then some sort of blind fury that she couldn't remember, like a dissociative moment. She went and killed her and then, you know, had no idea what happened. So that was my theory.
Although Nicole Kidman's so thin in that show, I'm not sure she could pick a hammer up.
Yeah, no, she would have passed out. But that was my theory in the fiction of the show, that's what it was. What were your thoughts before the finale?
Donald Sutherland.
With the eyebrows.
Yeah. Well, because in episode 1, or maybe episode 2, he shows up out in front of their house. He's like he's like leering in their house. Like
I don't remember that.
Yeah, he like shows out in front of where the woman lived. She was beautiful.
Oh yeah, she was.
Yeah. But like he was like watching the widower and his son. He's like his car drops off and he gets in the car. So I was like, oh, he did it.
Oh, gotcha. Well, I will tell you from episode 1 when she came to the meeting, the girl, Elena, whatever, and had the baby, sat next and she was looking at Nicole Kidman all weird. I said, I bet that's her husband's baby. That's the first thing I said. And so I was right.
You were right about that.
I was right about that. That's the only thing I was right about. But yeah, at least I called that. So I was like, oh, this is about to be predictable. I predicted that right as soon as that revealed. I was like, oh, I know how this ends. So go ahead. You want to go ahead and explain to the people what happened at the end? Well, they should know if they're listening to the spoiler.
Yeah. Well, okay. So yeah, I mean, I guess finding out that the husband did it was cool because or the way Nicole Kidman's character did him on the stand was. She knew exactly what she was doing. Like, it's crazy.
And that's why I was like, she did it. That further confirmed that she did it. Like I just.
Oh right, no, yeah, that's true. But that would be like her consciously knowing she did it.
Yeah, at that point, yeah. Like, but
yeah, no, I mean, I thought it was cool. Like, the whole the way the way that it was revealed and him having basically another break.
Yeah.
Was cool, man. Now, what I was thinking the whole time was, does Donald Sutherland get his bail money back?
No.
$2 million. Why wouldn't he?
Because he skipped, didn't he?
No, but that's what bail bondsmen do. Like they chase down their bail.
I don't know about the penal system.
Well, I know. I think if you're found guilty, either way, your bail once the proceedings are done, you get your money back.
Okay.
So that's what I was thinking the whole time.
I asked that question when he put up the bail, but then I never revisited that thought.
Yeah.
I was like, what about the $2 million?
Yeah. Well, I suppose. Well, even though he skipped, they caught him, and they did. And I assume they took him back to. He had to stand trial the next day.
Bro, it just ended. I was like, oh, the end.
Yeah, the end. Well, it was like Fargo ended that night.
Oh, I have to go back and watch that. I know.
Awesome.
Complex named it the best show of 2020, so I need to go see it because I'm a follower. Yeah, but no, I was the fact that, and that's what people were saying on Twitter that night, that HBO told us from the beginning who did it. And we just refused to believe it. And I don't think
Right.
anybody the whole time was like, yeah, it was him the whole time. Everybody had theories. People were blaming the best friend, Sylvia. They're blaming the little boy. Like they were just saying everybody was the murderer except the one that said from the beginning that this was the murderer. And
Right.
I was like, well, what does that say about us? Because people were upset. Some people were upset. Like, that's it.
Well, yeah. I mean, I think what it is like there's so much doubt and reasonable doubt. People have their own theories that like no one wants to accept the obvious answer
Yeah.
because we're so used to being lied to or
Ooh.
being duped. So I think people won't accept that.
We're
And he did it.
we're a very
Yeah,
untrusting society, apparently.
yeah.
Even
Right.
it's like the facts are in front of you, and you still can't believe the facts that are in front of you. You have to have another explanation for it.
Well, because he would have gotten off.
You said he would have?
Had she not had Grace not taken the stand,
Oh,
he'd have gotten off.
I think she knew that. That's why she had to
Yeah,
do it.
yeah.
But I was like, I was low key mad at her, and then I was like, why? Like he did it. Like she knew he did
Right.
it. She indicted it, and I was like, what?
How,
That's
how
not
she how she know he did it? Because I guess what the
the
mother
hammer.
said.
I think it was the hammer.
Right, right,
When
right,
she
right.
found the hammer, she knew it was there was no, and then they put it in the like, he put in the dishwasher.
Yeah,
I don't
man.
want to eat no food at your house. Like, don't invite me over to the
Oh,
potluck. I ain't eating out your dishwasher. Yuck.
twice he said.
And then
Twice.
he like, hey, he killed her good. Like, really, dude?
Yeah, yeah, man. Oh, are you keeping up on a teacher?
Yes.
My girl.
Bruh. Okay, spoiler alert for a teacher.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Another one.
Okay. So I get what they were, it was almost like she was unconsciously abusing this boy. Like she didn't realize that that's what it was. You know what I mean? Like, because she was like, well, no, we're in love. Like she didn't even realize what it looked like, the optics of it.
Right.
But I'm not on her side. However, when she was just telling her friend, I was like, you idiot, shut
Yeah,
up.
yeah, 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 yeah. I was like,
Shut up.
say it's an undergrad at UT that I went and visited UT. It's undergrad. She's like, okay.
Yeah. Yeah. But like when she like, yeah, but when she was like, oh, but no, it's Eric. She's like, Eric who?
Yeah.
Eric. Like,
I
just
was
stop
like,
now.
stop
Stop.
talking. I was
I
like,
don't
stop
feel
talking.
bad for you, but you're an idiot right now. Like, come
I,
on.
all right. I just can't, maybe it's my affection for her, but like, I can't quite blame her. All right, the age they're in Texas. The legal age of consent is 17.
Uh-huh.
So all right, so 18. He's a
Did you
full.
look that up?
I did. So so he's okay. So all right, right, okay, right, all right. So it seemed consensual to me.
It was.
So, but like before, so if you haven't seen this show, or you don't care about it, like before and after, there's a card that reads, "If you or anybody you know has been affected by grooming," that's the end one. The last one
Yeah.
is like the intro one is like, the viewer discretion. This
There's
shows signs of grooming.
sexual
Yeah,
situations
so
of grooming.
yeah, she wasn't grooming him.
I don't think she was, but I think that for someone who has been groomed, it'd be triggering.
Okay,
I think that's
yeah,
why it's there because I'm like you. I was looking for it. I was like, well, where's the grooming? Like that you would think of a predator, when they're
right.
intentionally doing this to get this young person to trust them and whatnot. It
There's
doesn't come
none of
off
that.
like that, but I think for someone who has been traumatized that way and they decide to watch the show for whatever reason, they could feel
Right.
triggered. So they put the
Right.
warning there as to not get nasty letters from somebody who was going through it, is being re-traumatized by watching the show. That's my
Right.
thought. But yeah, I think again, it's not about the kid. And that's what she said. You're on her side because she's like, well, no, he's 18. I love him. He loves me, blah, blah, blah. But my side of it was what the teacher friend said. She said that is an incredible abuse of power. And it's just like we talked about a couple of weeks ago, it was just it's the position that she is in as his teacher that makes it so problematic.
I agree. No, I agree. That's where the problem lies.
Yeah.
And okay, let's say hypothetically she didn't tell her friend.
Yeah.
And then he graduates.
Yeah.
They still would have been rocking, probably.
Probably.
So then, all right, let's say it comes out, he's a freshman in college and he's still dating her or whatever, and it comes out that would that still affect her professionally?
I don't know. It possibly could if it got back to her supervisor, knowing that the relationship started when he was in school as her student. But I don't know that. I don't know. I don't know.
Well, what I did love was I would pause, I paused it when he was looking at his phone, and it showed all his text messages that he got, and they're all like, awesome, yeah, Miss Wilson, dude, oh. I'm like, man.
Again, the double standard. That's what you expect the boys to say,
Well, I mean, I guess, all right, in that situation, if it was a male teacher and again, let's say a mature 18-year-old, 17-year-old girl, and she was the one kind of coming after him, and he was trying to turn down her advances, and finally she broke through. I don't know that I'd feel any different.
So, okay, so let's change the perspective. As a parent, if you're a parent of that 17, 18-year-old girl, and she ends up in a relationship with the teacher, do you feel differently?
I guess if it was grooming, and it was my, and he was all of a sudden he's showing all this interest in my daughter, and and she's crying about it and saying, here's what happened. But if she was I like him, he's a little bit older than me, whatever, I don't know that I would have. I would understand his impropriety, and maybe he should get fired. But I don't think she or he, or I don't think she's going to jail on the show.
I don't know that she is. I was wondering why she was going to the police station. But so you could go to the parent-teacher conference with this dude after.
No, he needs to be she needs to be fired. He needs to be fired.
Okay.
But I guess what I'm really focusing on is the illegality of it.
Okay, got you.
I don't know that it's that she can't be a teacher no more.
Right. But is she going to jail over it? Is the question.
I don't think so.
I got you.
Okay. Mary Kay Letourneau went to jail for 10 years or something.
But he was underage.
He was 12. He was super young, and she got pregnant from him. Ew.
Gross. Yeah, I don't think that she's going to. I kind of with the same. I didn't think she was going to be going to prison over this, but I don't know. It was going to come out one way or the other.
Yeah, I know we're running pretty long here. I know you wanted to get to one more topic.
Yeah.
Or do you want to save it?
Just we can save it. I think that
we got
be relevant next week too. Yeah. All right, so we'll end it here. Thank you guys for hanging out with us again for another week on Relative Distance. If you want to find us on social, you can find us on Instagram at Relative Distance Pod. Our email address is also relativedistancepod@gmail.com. Send us an email if you want us to talk about something specific or want to give us feedback on something we discussed, or if you have questions. We can start a little Q&A, segment if we get some questions in. And then you can just find us anywhere. We're on YouTube now.
That's right.
We are on YouTube. So episodes 5 and 6 are up on YouTube. You can always find us there. Relative Distance is our YouTube channel. And then find us where you find podcasts for the audio. Apple Podcasts, Anchor, Spotify, Stitcher, Overcast, Breaker, Radio Public, and Google Podcasts. So it's impossible not to find us. You know what I'm saying? We're everywhere you want to be.
Here.
Yeah, man. Here. Yeah, man. So before we go, any parting thoughts for the people, my brother?
Nope. I mean, go outside and take a deep breath of fresh air, because we're not going nowhere for a while.
Well, we'll see.
That's it. Be well.
Yeah.
Fare thee well.
Fare thee well. Be nice to yourself. Be nice to each other. And we will catch you here next week. Peace.
Show you right. Peace.